Imagine a plane that takes off one moment and disappears without a trace. Deep in a room filled with blinking lights, one signal showed upon to vanish into the night. Tonight, we tell the story of one of the greatest mysteries in aviation, a flight that soared high with hope, only to be lost in the darkness. In a time when flying was seen as a great achievement, one plane dared to do something no one could explain. As it took off, it left behind only questions, a mystery that still haunts us today. Get ready to join us as we explore this unsolved mystery, a story wrapped in darkness. In an age where flight was celebrated as the pinnacle of human achievement, where every takeoff was a testament to mankind's relentless ambition, there came a day when one aircraft defied all expectations. The technology of the era was nothing short of miraculous. Airliners were the chariots of modernity, gleaming symbols of progress that promised safety, luxury, and the thrill of the skies. Every flight was a leap into the unknown, a promise that the heavens could be tamed, that technology could conquer even the vast, mysterious night. Yet even as engineers and pilots trusted these devices to guide them, a shadow of uncertainty always lingered at the edge of every instrument's glow. For on one fateful flight, the promise of modern aviation was shattered by the inexplicable, by a disappearance that defied every law of science. A routine flight was tracked meticulously on radar, every blink confirming its steady progress. Then, without warning, the signal ceased. Some say that moment was the instant when man's finest creation was swallowed by a darkness that even technology could not fathom. Historians have long pieced together fragments of that mysterious day, poring over archival records that tell a tale of promise and terror. Every meticulously recorded detail only deepened the enigma. A flawless machine that defied gravity, and then defied existence. In that silence where hope once soared on gleaming wings, there now exists only an unsettling void, a chasm of unanswered questions and lost dreams. Every passenger, every crew member, once entrusted to the promise of safety, was left with a mystery that would echo through the corridors of time. Imagine the shock of a pilot, the terror of an air traffic controller, the grief of families awaiting a safe return, all shattered in a heartbeat when the very instrument of progress evaporated into nothingness. Today, these relics serve as bittersweet memorials to an era of ambition and innovation, a legacy marred by the inexplicable loss of a flight that defied explanation. The promise of modern aviation was built on the precision of science and the courage of its pioneers. But on that fateful night, the very instruments of progress betrayed their masters, leaving nothing but an echo of despair. Amid the hum of outdated machinery and the ghostly trace of radar signals, the unsolved mystery endures, a silent reminder that even our loftiest achievements are vulnerable to the terrors that lurk beyond human comprehension. In an age of wonder and ambition, where flight was the embodiment of progress, one disappearance reminds us that even the brightest promise may hide in unfathomable darkness, a darkness that waits silent and unseen, just beyond the edge of our dreams. It was a routine departure, scheduled down to the minute, a modern marvel poised for its journey. Among them were dreamers, families, and lone wanderers, each believing that their flight promised safe passage through the boundless skies. On eerie, a crisp, still evening, the plane took to the tarmac as scheduled. Everything was in place, every detail accounted for. Its route was pre-plotted on digital maps, a meticulously calculated journey through friendly skies, or so everyone believed. Every gauge, every dial, a testament to human ingenuity, calibrated to perfection. Yet hidden within the static was something inexplicable. As the aircraft climbed into the higher reaches, all systems reported normal until they didn't. Last known communications crackled through the airwaves, fragments of routine reports, interspersed with unnerving static. Witnesses later recalled hearing a desperate, almost pleading tone on the radio, a voice caught between clarity and chaos, tracked by radar, monitored by air traffic control, and then, as if swallowed by a void, it simply vanished. The final. Moments on board were marked by unsettling turbulence, an abrupt shift from the ordinary to the unimaginable. In that split second, everything changed. Eyewitness reports later spoke of a sudden silence, a haunting void where once a proud machine had soared. How could a plane so carefully tracked and monitored simply disappear? In those final seconds, all known systems failed to explain the inexplicable. A fleeting moment when human engineering met an unknown terror. Every piece of technology, the radar, the radio, the instruments, could offer no explanation. They recorded nothing but a void where the plane should have been. Eyewitnesses later described a surreal tableau, an aircraft tracked and confirmed moments before vanishing into nothingness. The final communications, the last recorded transmissions, dissolved into static, leaving behind only questions. And that question still haunts us. How could a plane meticulously tracked by radar and monitored by vigilant air traffic control simply disappear into the abyss? In that moment, every scientific explanation fell silent. The routine flight transformed into a nightmare, a singular instance where modern technology met an unspeakable mystery. In the final moments, as calm turned to chaos and static replaced communication, the world was left to ponder a single, harrowing question. How could a plane once so full of promise vanish without a trace? After the inexplicable disappearance of that fated aircraft, a colossal search was launched, across land, sea, and air. Teams of experts, seasoned rescuers, and investigators toiled around the clock. They pored over every detail, every blip on the radar, every whisper in the static, all in the desperate hope of finding a single telling piece of wreckage. For weeks, search teams scoured vast oceans and remote terrain, but not a single fragment of the doomed flight was ever recovered. In the skies above, airborne units circled tirelessly. Their advanced radar and night vision equipment scanned the unyielding darkness. Yet even from above, the phantom of the missing aircraft eluded detection. Out at sea, powerful vessels braved the wrath of the ocean. Sonar pings echoed into the abyss, interrogating the darkness for any sign of the missing craft. But the sea, indifferent and vast, offered only a mocking silence. On land, brave teams ventured into the most inhospitable realms. Through frozen peaks and desolate wilderness they pressed on, driven by hope and haunted by the mystery that defied every expectation. For weeks, every corner of the earth was combed, yet the silence remained, an echo of loss, a void that swallowed every tangible clue. Back on dry land, investigators scrutinized every shred of evidence. Faded photographs, static-filled recordings, and hastily scrawled notes were all that remained, whispers of a nightmare that defied explanation. Could this fragment be the key? Or was it merely a relic of an ordinary flight, lost in the chaos of fate? Every piece of potential evidence seemed more like a phantom than a clue. From above, the search took on a spectral quality, a mosaic of lost hope and relentless determination. High-tech sensors and aerial surveys mapped the impossible, yet every highlighted area returned nothing but a void. Each map, each scan, confirmed the unthinkable. The aircraft had vanished, leaving behind only a chilling emptiness, a void that defied human reason. In that moment, the enormity of the mystery was laid bare. The search was not just an effort to recover a lost flight. It was a battle against an unseen, malevolent force that had erased all traces of its existence. Key clues emerged like fragmented dreams, static-laden recordings, indecipherable, notes and ghostly images that offered no resolution, only deepening the enigma. In the heart of the tempest, the ocean itself seemed to conspire against the searchers. The fierce, unyielding waves revealed nothing, only the eternal, ravenous void that had claimed the aircraft. Each desperate effort, whether by sea, by air, or by foot, ended in the same grim result: an unsolvable mystery, a silent terror that defied every conventional explanation. In that sterile, dim laboratory, Every clue was tainted by the absence of a truth too vast to comprehend. The very fabric of reality had been disturbed, erased as though by an invisible hand that spared nothing. For weeks the world watched and waited, gripped by a silent terror, a mystery that defied logic and haunted the dreams of all who dared search. Not a single piece of wreckage, not a trace of the vanished plane, remained. And with it, the question echoed into the void. What force could erase an entire flight from existence? Questions piled up in the wake of that unthinkable disappearance, each theory more unsettling than the last. Was it a catastrophic failure? A fuel miscalculation? Or perhaps a sudden, inexplicable malfunction that turned human progress into an instrument of horror? Every piece of technology, every meticulously calibrated instrument, designed to ensure safe passage, suddenly betrayed its creators. Could it have been human error, a misjudgment, a miscommunication in the cockpit, a momentary lapse in a sea of precision? Even the most skilled pilots are only human, and in that fateful instant, perhaps one wrong decision altered the course of destiny. Or was it deliberate? Sabotage, hijacking, a premeditated act designed to erase any trace of that doomed flight? Some whispered of conspiracy, of unseen hands pulling the strings, ensuring that no evidence remained, that the aircraft was swallowed by the void of intentional mystery. 3 theories, 3 conjectures, and yet, each one left more questions than answers. A triad of terror, where the line between human error and unfathomable mystery blurred into darkness. Investigators pieced together every scrap of evidence, but each clue, whether it pointed to a catastrophic malfunction, a human misstep, or an act of sabotage, only deepened the enigma. Every hypothesis was a mirror reflecting our own limitations, our inability to grasp a truth that danced just beyond the edge of reason. Was it a miscalculation in fuel management? A single error that set the stage for disaster? Or perhaps a moment of miscommunication in the cockpit, where split-second decisions spiraled into chaos? Technical failures can be calculated, measured, yet the readings that night defied conventional explanation, as if reality itself had been rewritten. But what if the instruments were deceiving them? What if the very tools that were meant to guide them had become harbingers of doom? And then there is the theory of deliberate disappearance, a dark conspiracy that whispered of sabotage or hijacking. A shadowy hand, unseen yet all-powerful, that orchestrated a vanishing act so complete, no trace was left behind. Could these figures have manipulated events from behind the scenes? Had someone somewhere planned every detail, ensuring that the aircraft would simply vanish? As investigators and theorists delved into every possibility, each theory seemed plausible, yet none could account for the profound mystery that had unfolded. Every explanation raised more questions than it answered, leaving behind a legacy of dread and uncertainty. Every hypothesis, technical malfunction, human error, or deliberate act leaves us with an unsettling void, a void where certainty once reigned and where only echoes of fear remain. In the end, the mystery endures. Each theory offers a glimpse into a nightmare that defies explanation, a chilling reminder that sometimes even our most advanced minds are left questioning the unfathomable. And so, the enigma remains, a riddle wrapped in darkness, leaving us to ask, which truth, if any, will ever be revealed? After that unfathomable disappearance, the aviation world was forced to confront a terrible truth, a truth that would forever alter its course. Before that fateful day, our systems were robust, precise, but incomplete. We trusted our instruments, our radars, and yet they could not prevent the unknown from swallowing an entire flight. In the wake of that disappearance, industry leaders vowed, never again would we allow the sky to hide its secrets. Improvements in tracking technology, advanced radar systems, and stringent safety protocols emerged from the ashes of uncertainty, transforming every flight into a carefully monitored operation. Every departure now comes with an unyielding commitment to safety. Yet, the shadow of that unsolvable mystery still looms large over every takeoff. But even as technology advanced, the mystery never truly faded. It became a ghost haunting the corridors of every investigation, a specter that demanded closure. The human need for closure is as ancient as our fears. Families, investigators, and enthusiasts alike have searched for answers, yearning to reclaim the narrative that was so abruptly stolen from them. Massive search operations were launched across oceans, over remote landscapes, in the hope of finding even a remnant of that ill-fated flight. Yet, every effort returned only silence, an echo of the void. Search teams combed every inch of the earth, but the absence of wreckage was a grim testament to the power of the unknown. From that day forward, every flight was scrutinized, every detail examined. The legacy of that vanishing act is woven into the fabric of modern aviation, a constant reminder that perfection can be a fragile illusion. Today, when an airliner takes to the sky, every moment is monitored, every anomaly investigated. The improvements in tracking technology and safety protocols stand as a monument to those lost, and as a promise that the horror of the past will never be repeated. Yet, for all our advancements, the need for closure remains, a haunting compulsion to understand the unexplainable, to fill the void left by unanswered questions. This case continues to haunt investigators, enthusiasts, and families alike. A spectral reminder that sometimes the past never truly leaves us. In our relentless pursuit of progress, we have learned that every innovation carries the weight of our failures. The disappearance that once defied explanation forced the aviation world to confront its vulnerabilities and to transform fear into a catalyst for change. And yet, in the silent spaces between each monitored flight, the echoes of that mystery linger, a reminder that even our most sophisticated systems can never fully erase the shadows of the past. In the quiet aftermath of an unsolvable mystery, we are left with a lingering question that chills the soul. An aircraft that once soared with promise, that defied the boundaries of human achievement, vanished into the night, as if swallowed by an unseen void. Every tick of that clock is a reminder that time marches on even as the mystery remains unresolved. We have examined every theory, from catastrophic malfunctions and human errors to the chilling possibility of deliberate sabotage, and yet, each explanation only deepens the enigma. Investigators, haunted by unanswered questions, combed through every scrap of evidence. They scoured land, sea, and air, yet not a single piece of wreckage was found. The void remained, a dark wound in our collective memory. This mystery forced the aviation world to rethink every precaution, to re-engineer systems that once were considered infallible. Today, our skies are watched with an unblinking eye. Modern tracking systems, enhanced safety protocols, and real-time monitoring ensure that every flight is observed from takeoff to landing. But even as technology has evolved, the memory of that inexplicable disappearance still haunts us. It serves as a constant reminder of our vulnerability in the face of the unknown. Each light, each trail in the sky is a story of hope, of ambition, and of loss. The unanswered questions, the endless theories, they persist like a shadow that refuses to fade. In the silence of every control room, in the quiet hum of our monitoring systems, the unresolved mystery whispers, a question that demands an answer, even as it defies explanation. Closure, they say, is the refuge of the living. But when a mystery remains unsolved, when the truth is obscured by a veil of darkness, closure becomes an elusive dream. This is a legacy etched in sorrow, a case that continues to haunt investigators, families, and aviation enthusiasts alike. Its echoes remind us that even in our modern age, some mysteries are destined to linger in the shadows. So, as we stand beneath the vast expanse of our modern skies, we are left to wonder, to question the unfathomable. What really happened to that plane that disappeared into thin air? Share your theories in the comments. Tell us what you believe. Your ideas, your questions, they are the lifeblood of our quest for answers. For in every unanswered question, in every lingering doubt, there lies a testament to our unyielding desire for truth, for closure. And it is in that desperate search that our humanity finds its most haunting expression. This is not the end, but another beginning in our pursuit of the inexplicable, a journey into the darkness that lies beyond the reach of certainty. Until next time, keep questioning, keep searching, and remember, the truth may be just a whisper away.